Today we will use the read, draw, write process to solve multiplication word problems. This reads, a rectangle is 4 times as long as it is wide. The width of the rectangle is 27 centimeters. What is the length of the rectangle? So the first thing, what two things are we comparing? We're comparing the length, that means how long it is, with the width, how wide it is. Okay? A rectangle is 4 times as long as the width. So which one is going to be, which one is longer, the length or the width? The length is. So we'll put a check there. And it's how many times? 4 times. The next sentence. The width of the rectangle is 27 centimeters. So we'll put the width because we know what that is, 27 centimeters. What is the length of the rectangle? We don't know, so we're going to put the variable. A is unknown. We don't know that answer yet. But we do know that the length, or how long it is larger than the width. That's why it's so important to put that check here. Okay? So if it's larger, then that means we are multiplying. So we're going to do 27 times 4. We can do the standard algorithm. We can do the area model. And we also can do the distributive property. So for here, what is it expanded for 24? 24. And let me come and do my multiples of 4. Make sure your scholars are doing the multiples of 4, or the multiples on their paper. It helps them not only commit them to memory, but it also supports them heavily as they work. So 4 times 2, we're going to go down 2, 1, 2, and that's 8. And the 0 drops in the box. 4 times 4, go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 16. And I'm going to do 2 lines because there are 2 digits. And that's to keep everything lined up and in its own place. 6, I get 96. So here, 4 times 4, go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 16. 6 goes here. My plus 1 is very important. It's very important to put the plus 1. It reminds you that you need to add that. Was 2 times 4, 8. 8 plus 1, 9. That's 96. Now when you're doing the distributive property, what you're multiplying by goes first every time. So we're multiplying by 4. So that's going to be first. And what's the place value for 24? What's the expanded form? 24. So 4 times 2 is 8. Bring down that 0. Plus 4 times 4 is 16. You're going to do your 2 lines and add it up. Now I tell students whichever way that they have the highest accuracy of getting it right, that's the form they need to do. Okay? They're going to be tested on all 3 forms, so I want them to be comfortable with all of them. But at the end of the day, when you're checking to see if you're correct, I always tell them at least do 2 ways. And if you get the same answer, actually working it out, not just looking over, but you're more likely to get it correct. Okay? So it is 96 centimeters. Okay, now let me come to number 2. A fish is 24 centimeters long. An eel is 5 times as long as the fish. How long is the eel? So what 2 things are we comparing? We're comparing the fish. I'm going to put the F first because the fish was mentioned first. And then we have the E for eel. A fish is 24 centimeters long. So that gave us that information, 24 centimeters. An eel is 5 times as long as the fish. So we know 5 times is going to go here in the middle. Which is going to be the biggest? Is it the eel or the fish? Let's reread it. An eel is 5 times as long as the fish. So the eel gets to check. That means the eel must have the larger number. That's why it is so super important that wherever we define our check is, that this number is going to be higher than what the fish is. Okay? How long is the eel? We don't know, so we're going to do a variable, which is the unknown. We don't know the answer yet. So now we're getting ready to solve. Am I going to multiply this, or am I going to divide this? I say I multiply. Why? Because it says the eel should have the larger number, so I have to multiply. We know if we divide, the number gets smaller. So again, we're going to do 24 times 5. Standard algorithm. Area model. And distributive property. Let's start with distributive property. So we're multiplying by 5, so that's going to go first. Then we're going to do the expanded form for 24, which is 20 and 4. 5 times 2 is 10. Now we're going to drop the 0. Don't mistake and say, oh, I'm done because there's a 0 at the end. 5 times 2 is 10. And you still have to bring this 0 here down. That's 100 plus 5 times 4 is 20. And I'm going to do my 2 lines because I have 2 digits. That's 100. That's 20. Okay, I'm also going to do the area model. 5 goes here. The expanded form for 24 is 20 plus 4. 5, 10, that's 10. Drop this 0 down, that's 100. So 5 times 20 is 100. 5 times 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. And when I do my 2 lines, I have my 100 and I have my 20. 120. And then here, 5 times 4 is 20. 2 times 5 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. And these are the 3 ways that we've been working on our multiplication. So the eel is 120. Let me check my work, make sure I'm correct. The 120 indeed is bigger than that 24. And so I know I'm correct. Okay. Good luck with your homework. I hope this makes it easier.